There's a quaint downtown square in a land called Oz, where a little five and dime ended up turning Bentonville, Arkansas into a mountain bike destination. With hundreds of miles of single track here, it's a good idea to start with a hearty breakfast and coffee at the Meteor, a combination cafe and bike shop where you can grab any last minute parts, and a homemade pastry. Roll out past the Ledger, a 6-story office building with ramps so you can ride your bike to the top, and you'll start to understand that this is a town built for bikes. With a vast network of paths, it's easy to get anywhere you want to go on 2 wheels. Kids can literally mountain bike to school here, and weekend family rides are so plentiful, you'll think everyone in town just lives to mountain bike. For a full day sampler, start out on All American, a green trail that runs alongside a paved path, wiggling north and south through town, past art installations, museums, and shops. But with year-round tree cover, it's easy to feel at one with nature without ever leaving civilization. All American is part thoroughfare, part connected trail, getting you to the bigger trail hubs north of downtown. But that's selling it a bit short. This twisty-turny trail is a fun ride in its own right, and it'll have you shaking your noggin and wonder why more cities don't build infrastructure like this. All around town you'll find single track adjacent to sidewalks, complete with jumps, skinnies, and other technical features, letting you microdose your skill building on every ride. Eventually you'll connect to a hub with multiple options, like Technar and Walter's Whisper, but you'll want to take Rim Trail, a blue level flow trail with a few rocks to keep you on your toes. This will spit you out on a protected bike lane called the Razorback Freeway, running alongside Northeast 8th Street. First chance you get, veer left to get back on All American for a short rip to Slaughter Pen. This is one of the OG trail networks in town, but the recent updates to its skills parks are something you gotta see to believe. Start with the pump track, then work your way up the jump progressions. There's sizes for all levels of rider with big, easy rollouts to get you comfortable floating through the air. Once you found your limit, scope out the sprawling jump lines and give those a whirl if you want. When you're ready to hop back on single track, take your pick of trails like Medusa, Armadillo's Last Stand, and Tatamagachi. If you're here for a couple days, it's worth heading just north of town to ride the Back 40. The namesake is a 20-ish mile loop that starts out a bit slow, but builds and builds until you're thinking maybe, just maybe, it's worth doing another lap. But with tons more trails in that area, we recommend exploring all the things. For today, though, exit Slaughter Pen on the North Bentonville and North Walton Greenways to get to their newest trail center, Kohler Mountain Bike Preserve. This here is a collection of about 50 distinct trails, all packed into a dense north-south layout, with everything from beginner bike paths to extreme red-labeled rock garden grunts and double black jump lines. Come in from the south end and ride one of the trails along the east to get your bearings. There's a mix of green and blue trails to choose from, ranging from easy flow to a bit of climbing with some rocky bits. These aren't the best trails in the park, but there's a strategy here. They're leading you straight to Airship, a coffee bar and snack shop that's only accessible by bike, and something you'll only find in a city like Bentonville. Grab a cold brew to refresh, maybe a snack to top off. There's heartier fare if you want to add some gastrointestinal challenges to the day. Then sit for a sec and enjoy the bees and the birds. There's a stream to cool your dogs if it's a hot one. Then it's time to hit the trails on the west. You could take Esther's for a casual romp back to the south. Or put a shine on the day with Here's Johnny, a technical rocky trail that rewards a mix of brute force and technical skill. It's the kind of trail that makes you glad you got a bike like the Lauf with a rock solid frame and simple efficient suspension. Make short work of picking your way up, over, around, and through the trails that feel tailor-made for getting you intimately familiar with Arkansas's sedimentary chert. With 120mm travel out back and 130 in the front, the Elliott's ready for anything the Northwest Ozarks have to throw at it. Here's Johnny finishes a little roundabout that serves as the base for multiple trails, so it's time to session. Use the Thunderdome Passway to get back to the top, where you'll find the starting pad for Thunderdome, an extremely well-built dual slalom course to race your friends. 2 riders enter, but only one leaves with victory. If you're up for more, head back up and loop Esther's around to Family Flow, a roller coaster of a jump line that's great for beginners and high flyers alike. When it's finally time to call it, take the bike lanes back to downtown and finish at Trash for a tasty ice cream treat with all your favorite fixings. Yep, Bentonville lives up to all its hype, so if your crew's asking if it's worth the trip, you can tell them, trail yeah friends, trail yeah.